United and Honeywell announcing a joint multi-million-dollar investment in clean technology startup Alder Fuels. United has agreed to purchase 1.5 billion gallons of sustainable fuel over the next 20 years. We're now joined by Leskinen. He's Vice President for Corporate Development and International Relations for United. Let's talk green first and foremost, because that's what you're on to talk about. And I'm interested by, you've got this overall focus. What is it that you're going to be reducing your greenhouse gas emissions by 100% by 2050? How does this get you there? How much of an issue was the sustainable fuel element?
That's a great question, and thank you for having me on the show. Decarbonizing air travel is very difficult because of the energy density that is required to fly big jets long distances. And so here at United Airlines, we started a venture called United Airlines Ventures earlier this year that is focused on investing in technologies that are going to help us decarbonize air travel. There's three methods to do that. The first method is sustainable aviation fuel. That's what we're doing here today. We can also electrify flights at the smaller end and lower gauge of the spectrum. And we're also investing in carbon sequestration. Today's about sustainable aviation fuel, which is critical to long haul, large gauge travel, think transatlantic. And we're really excited to be leading in industry on that and partnered with Honeywell and Alder with this announcement today.
Yeah, Mike, it's an interesting deal. And one thing that was sort of a lot of us were talking about here in our office was, I guess, kind of how this was sort of pulled off and the nature of sort of the venture fund and how this all came together. And we were kind of curious as to sort of what other deals this fund or other similar funds might actually be looking to do.
Absolutely. Look, we have a large pipeline. Right now, our pipeline sits at about 180 companies that we're looking to work with to help innovate in aerospace. A big portion of that pipeline is decarbonizing of air travel. This is a unique opportunity because it's focused on technology that will increase the feedstocks that we can use to create sustainable aviation fuel, number one. And number two, it's going to eliminate the need to blend sustainable aviation fuel with conventional fuel. And that's a very expensive logistical constraining component of flying our jets with sustainable aviation fuel. So this partnership with Honeywell and Alder kind of scratches those two itches in a big way and moves us forward towards our commitment to hit 100% green by 2050.
Mike, we also got some updates on the business this morning at a conference that United was speaking at earlier. And frankly, some of the headlines look a little bit worrisome for the industry. There's a lot of supply, not as much as demand, and a lot of the recovery back to 2019 levels has now been delayed further out to 2022. Where do you see the recovery in terms of supply and demand dynamics?
It's a great question. And, you know, the airline business is in a business that has some cycles. And right now, with the COVID virus working its way through the country and the world, it has opened travel up and shut travel down. And we never expected that recovery to be a straight line. And so what we're seeing with the Delta variant, and not a secret, very public that the Delta variant has interfered with a lot of folks' travel plans. The key piece here, and I think you noted it earlier on the program with airlines outperforming today, is that it's short term. What we know is that the public yearns to get out there and travel, both business and leisure. And we saw that in bookings before the Delta variant took off. And so what we have talked about at the Cowen conference today is the short-term blip. It is a speed bump in the short term that has decreased our bookings. As we look out beyond the horizon, as we see the virus begin to abate again, we expect demand to return quite quickly. And we have a very bright future here at United Airlines. Yeah. Nothing highlights that more than our investment in the future in decarbonizing. Despite this, despite these short-term speed bumps, we're focused very clearly on that future.